Hi, I'm Ginny Woodward, and today I'm going to make a video about how you can tell whether your saddle is too wide. Now, I've designed this little test because we fit people all over the world, and it's not because of the fact we're so busy we can't always get to people when we need to, so I need a way that we can assess the saddle and see what's going on, and so we can advise them of how they can keep things working until we can get to them. So this is a little test that you can do on your own. I'm going to upload it to our app, so you can, if you've downloaded our app, you can take it to the stables with you if you need to refer to it, and it should tell you what is actually happening with your saddle. Now, when your saddle's too wide, part of the problem is particularly in rising trot, when you're sitting in the saddle, the weight is transferred evenly across the saddle. But when you stand in your stirrups for rising trot, what happens if the saddle's too wide, the head will dip down and the back will tip up. So you sort of get like a seesaw effect, and sometimes it does that as well. So it's all very, very bad and it's very damaging to the horse. Now, this test will work for all types of saddles. All types of saddles need to fit and they need to be stable in front. So it's not just for our saddles, not just for traditionals or reactor panels. It'll work with any other saddle that you have. So hopefully it'll be something that you'll be able to use and you'll have an idea of whether your saddle's too wide. Right, so I'll go and get my horse, and then I'll get on board and I can show you what you need to do. Right, so here we are with Crow. He's my lovely warm blood, and he's going to give us a hand to do this demonstration. So first thing I'm going to do is I need my hand in the upright position, all fingers close together. So then what I'm going to do is going to put my hand on top of the wither, so between the pommel of the saddle and the wither. So as you can see, I can get 4 fingers in there quite easily when I'm sat in the seat. And then I'm going to stand in my stirrups and put my weight on the front as if I was riding in half seat. So then I'm going to sit down again. I'm going to pull out my hand, and as you can see, I still have all my fingers upright. Do it again. 4 fingers in between his wither and the saddle, and then stand in the stirrups. And then pull it out, 4 fingers, standing. Right, so next what we're going to do is I'll get a traditional saddle, and I'll get a traditional saddle because with a reactor panel there's no flocking to bed in, and because of the way it sits on Crow, you don't get any drop with a reactor panel saddle, but you will get a certain amount of settle with a traditional saddle depending on how much muscle tone your horse has and how firm your flock is. So I'm just going to swap the saddle for a traditional, and then we'll do another demonstration. Right, so here we have another saddle. This is one of our native pony traditional saddles, and as you can see from the side, without a rider it doesn't actually look too bad. When I actually check it, I can get my hand in here. In fact, I can get my hand in here a lot, because at the moment there's no weight in it. You can see actually it is slightly downhill. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put my fingers in, and as you can see I can get 3 fingers in there. Yep. Now if I put some weight in, you can see the head actually drops. Can you see that? And again, with fingers in, I'm getting, even with the amount that I can push, which is nowhere near the weight of a rider, it is a bit of a squeeze on my fingers. But as you can see here, without the rider, I can get my hand down here, although there's quite a bit more pressure there, and then there's nothing here. So this head has dropped, because actually, if it fitted, it would be sitting up a little bit higher. In fact, if I ungirth the saddle, I'll show you what I mean. The saddles are designed to sit in a certain place. So a saddle's designed to sort of sit like that with the actual gussets of one of our saddles anyway, the gussets at the top of the shoulder. So in there, as you can see now, there's actually quite a gap. So again, when it was girthed, and when the weight comes in, as you can see, it's dropping down, which is because that means that the tightest part of the head is actually sitting low on the horse. So that's why it's now tight there, because that is designed to sit here and be even pressure all the way along. So now I'll hop on and I'll show you what happens to this saddle when we actually put the rider's weight in. Right, so here we are, and I'm now on board, and this saddle, although you know, the actual shape of the tree and everything isn't a bad fit for him, the saddle's actually too wide. So how I can tell, as you remember when we looked at it off the horse, we could get a good few fingers in there then, but now I'm actually struggling with me sat with all my weight evenly in the saddle to actually get 2 fingers in there. Standing, Crow. Standing. Good boy. So basically what I'm going to do now is lean my weight backwards, and what happens, like I was saying with the seesaw effect, is my weight is now in the back of the saddle and the saddle has come up. So now I can get 2 fingers in. If my horse will just stand still. Basically what we're going to do now is put 2 fingers in, and then I stand up, it pushes my fingers right away. Can you see that? Because actually there isn't even room for 1. So if I take them out again, 2 fingers, weight back in the saddle and put them underneath. Now when I stand up, can you see that, Karen, how it, Standing Crow, basically if I stand up it just drops and pushes my fingers completely flat, and when I'm trying to get a finger in I can only get up to the knuckle, which is the very front. Oh, because actually the tree is actually sat on his back, which is why he's shuffling around. So I'm going to get off. So there you are, that's the drop test. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or inquiries, just don't hesitate to contact us. And please excuse my muddy old horse here. This is Dilly and she's 20, and she really would like to get involved with everything we're doing, wouldn't you, Garnham? Hey? But I think you're a little bit muddy, aren't you? So there you have it, the drop test.